What do you want? Oh, that's right, I called you. Glad to see you didn't overly concern yourself with getting here in a timely fashion. Now, I believe I've a note for you here somewhere. Ah, here we are. The Scholar's Lounge is not your personal summoning chamber. Remove your dastardly creations immediately, or clean out your office. Oop, wrong note. Here's your message. Ooh, you've been summoned by the Astral Scholar, Quibon Stellagaze. Lucky you. Run along then.
I don't remember that guy giving a lot of attitude, but oh well. Let's see. Ooh.
What took you so long? I submitted that service request ages ago. This indoor thunderstorm next door has created quite the mold situation. Oh my stars, you're not the custodian. You're the new arrival, aren't you? Of course you are. I called for you. Come.
Well, this is pretty cool, and this guy does not sound like how he looks, but oh well.
Well, hello there. As you may have gathered, I am Quibon Stellagaze, the Arcanum's foremost resident astral scholar. So glad to finally meet you. Sorry for the humidity in here. Apparently, Ione has no regard for other people's upper respiratory systems. Speaking of feeling bad, the reason I summoned for you is because I felt awful that I wasn't able to meet you when you first arrived. I just get so wrapped up in my research that I tend to miss things. I swear, this whole place could fall into a black hole, and I'd never know. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I have several fascinating astral spells that I'd be willing to teach you if you're ever interested. I'll be right here whenever you're ready. No pressure. But I do need to get back to work, so you just let me know, okay? Great!
Alright, so he has a bunch of spells. This is pretty cool. So, by the looks of it, some of these I can't train because you need to have the past versions. Like how right now I have Fortify, so I can get Brace. It's pretty cool. So you got Renew, Flawless, Magnify, Brace, Adapt. Now these two are new, so we'll go over those later. Epic and Radical. Obviously, this, without a doubt, you need. You can't go wrong with the new enchant. Oh, that kind of bothers me. Why is it not over here? Why is it over here? That really bothers me. I don't know if it's just me, but that kind of bothers me. Okay, so Aegis and Indemnity. These are really cool. And then Brace. And then I guess we'll train Flawless too. So I'll cut ahead to test out the new stuff like Aegis and Indemnity. So, be right back. Alright, so the first thing we're going to test right now is Indemnity. It may look a little confusing to some, but it basically protects traps and negatives from one removal spell. So, say like Cleanse, all that stuff. So I'll try it out. I think they call the charms, the negative charms, Jinxes? I don't know. I heard somewhere that there's a name for it. I'm not sure. For now, I just call them negatives. Okay, so we can't faint. I think his name is Odin? Omen? Omen. Okay, let's go in here. Let me in. Let me in. Thank you. Okay, and then let's see. So we have faint, and he doesn't like if you faint. So let's try this out. So let's see if this works. So I'm going to put Indemnity onto a faint. That's kind of weird though. It doesn't have like an icon. I hope they change that. So if I faint Omen, I think it's going to make it where he won't remove it and it'll stay on. Oh, look at that. It's glowing blue. That's really cool. Protection removed. Yeah, see, look at that. Protection removed, so the feint stays until I use it, which is pretty cool. So I think what was going to happen is that, I think just like the ice spell, it swaps it, but because it stopped me from, it stopped the swap, it wasn't able to switch the feints because they were both protected. So this is going to be super helpful for bosses like Malistaire, Omen, the Rat, and any other boss that we can't feint. Of course, we know KI, one day they're going to change something to a boss, so let's put an aegis onto our tower shield. So now it's enchanted, and it should have a glow on it. Okay, glows blue. And then he's going to try and steal it, and he can't steal it. Protected. So, that's pretty cool, actually. That's going to add a lot of play to PvE, PvP. I can see a lot of cheat guides changing just because of these two spells alone. It's going to be super helpful. Now, last thing I want to do before I log from this fight, let's look at the new auras. And I'll give you my personal opinion on these new auras. Let's see how these look. Okay, they sound pretty cool, and they look pretty cool too. So yeah, there's Fortify, has this pretty cool glow on it. And I think it's pretty cool. So, I'll talk about the other Astral spells, my opinion on it, and I guess I'll try to explain my opinion in a PvP sense too. I'm not that great with PvP, but I guess I can explain my opinion if that makes any sense. Alright, so I'm going to give my final opinion on all of these new Astral spells. Renew, honestly, I wouldn't get it. I would probably just suggest Cycle of Life. It's the same effect. You get 5% power pip chance extra, and it only costs you 1 training point. Compared to where this, you need to train Mend and then Renew, so it's going to be expensive. Radical. I would say yes. It's pretty good, especially for life wizards. You know, an extra healing enchant is always good. So, I mean, that's okay. Let's see. Aegis and Indemnity. I would say yes. These are really cool. They add a lot of new strategy to PvP. Potentially, like... The scary part, though, is that with Indemnity, you could put that on a bad juju, and it can't get cleansed. And then with Aegis, if I put down, say, Weaver, can't get stolen, can't get pierced, can't get shattered. It's interesting. Oh, Epic, without a doubt, that is a must. You know, it's only 25 more damage, but in the long run, of course, it's an increase. Brace, compare to Fortify. This one's a bit of a toss-up for me. Because, like, I mean, you can use the 2C version, but this does save you room. You know, if you want to go down that path, that's fine. You get more room in your treasure cards. Flawless, I mean, there's really no difference. It's just 5% extra accuracy, and a majority of us already get that extra accuracy for 100%, but by all means, if you want it, that's fine. And then Magnify, I'm going to say no. We already have auras that give 25% extra damage and accuracy. Sure, that 10% increase is a little damage to a certain school is a little annoying, but now I don't see anyone using Sleet Storm in PvP or any of these types of spells in that matter. So I think I would just say skip Magnify. And then Adept, it's pretty interesting. You get a power pip from incoming spells rank 6+. It's a little It's interesting, to say the least. Empowerment was pretty interesting, because if you used spells like Cold Iron, Availing, or Weaver, since those spells affected you, you get that pip, but with rank 6 plus, excuse me, you pretty much just have to get hit by those spells that are like rank 6 plus. So it's, honestly it's up to you if you want it. I wouldn't say it's bad for PvP, but at the same time, you know, everybody's using their rank 5 spells that hits you, like FFA, Gaze, Weaver, etc. And I don't see much use of this in 1v1 scenario. I mean, in 2v2 plus, if you get Rebirth, yeah, you get that extra power pip, which could be a huge game changer or anything else. But honestly, I think that's up to you. But from my highest to lowest, let me clear this up. When you put in all the new ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so from my greatest to lowest, and then the toss-up. Epic, of course, is a must. Aegis, Indemnity, yes. Infallible, Magnify, that's a skip, in my opinion. If you want Flawless, without doubt, go ahead for the 5% extra accuracy. But Magnify, it's pretty pointless, in my opinion. Brace is okay. So, Adept, it's okay. Alright, I totally lost the order, so let me just go back one more time. So, Epic, so best to worst. Epic, Aegis and Indemnity. Brace and Adapt are there, and then Flawless, and then Magnify from best to worst. And then with Radical, I guess you can put that. Radical is really up to you, but if you're a Life Wizard, definitely put that as like one of your top priorities. And in Renew, I would just skip that and just stick with Cycle of Life. So that's my overview and my opinion on these new Astral spells. And then it's time to cover some other stuff in the test realm.